Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is last Thursday, and we're going to be running through a few things today. Some of the questions you've actually been asking me. We're here for 45 minutes, as usual. First Tuesday, last Thursday, we're here for you. If you've got no questions, why are you here? You know, the whole point is to make this better for you. So, as you know, we always try to get better. We've got some pretty little, let me get it right. Pretty little pictures in here now. We're trying to make it better and better and better. If you got any feedback on anything that could make this better for you, please tell us, because we want to be irresistible to you and your intelligence. All right, we're going to run through some basics now. I'm going to be running through some questions that I've received, some stuff that I've been going through, learning through COVID, refining to make you sharper. Next Tuesday, and it's a short month, so last Thursday and first Tuesday are very close together. Next week, we've got Jay Abraham. All right, now there should be everyone doing a round of applause at the moment. Jay Abraham is my personal mentor. He's a good friend of mine. He's sharp. He drills in. He comes across as this kind of like calm, older fella, but, he will just rip you apart with when he looks into stuff. I've done a lot of interviews, as you know, with him. I'm friends with him. He doesn't do this a lot. He's not getting paid. He's doing it to a smaller crowd. In fact, at the moment, and I'm sorry, Jay, but at the moment, he's actually doing one with Damon John, which is getting hundreds of thousands of people watching now. I'm not going to tell you where it is because you'll go there. But Jay's going to be here for your benefit on Tuesday. Think of the questions. He's worked with everyone from presidents, Tony Robbins, Damon John, anyone you can think of. He is the leader's coach. All right, so I can't overemphasize that enough for you. And then we've had a couple of questions regarding branding. How do we brand? How should we focus on branding? I have a difference of opinion on branding, but Henry Kaminsky, he's the brand doctor. He's well known as the brand doctor. You can Google him for that. I did a podcast with him and we struck up an instant friendship. And then I went on his podcast and we've just stayed in contact a few times on the point of branding, how you brand, why you brand, how to make sure that the brand that you're trying to identify is the one received by the people consuming it. That's a big thing. Remember, it's not what you say that's important. It's what the other person hears. There you go. First nugget of the day. So we're going to have the brand doctor on the last Thursday of June, and we're already booking up for July and August. So we've got some fantastic people that are actually coming in to speak with you. And again, can't overemphasize, this is for you. Jump in the buttons. I'm already seeing like Matt, Tammy Girl, Bun Me, Josh. I'm seeing a bunch of people already start to put in there and start to put remarks in. Get your remarks going. If you've got a question for me, throw it in the comment. If you hate anything, throw it in the comment. But again, this is selfishly for you. I've had my cappuccino. I'm hyped up on my caffeine. I'm ready to roll. So let's go in. We do these as always for 45 minutes and we work through different things. So there's been a few things that's been pressing with me and a few people that I've been back to talking with and a few things that I've been, shall we say, refining and refocusing on how I communicate. So this reared its head about a year ago when I was in Reno. We did a speakeasy in Reno, and there was a gentleman there that was a trainer for jewelry firms. And I also had this when I worked with Piaget and Tiffany, and I have no idea why, but it was about a month ago that it kind of came back to me again. Action versus reaction. Now, if you are selling something on a price point, then you've got to demonstrate the value of that price point. If you are demonstrating something on that's very expensive that you kind of have trouble with logic, you have to then move over to emotion. So give you an example. I spoke to a very good friend of mine who's with Tiffany, I'll call it out. And he said, I've never sold a ring in my life. And I thought to myself, well, he's obviously not very good within Tiffany. He must have a different role or something like that. He said, I've sold the reaction. Never sell the ring, sell the reaction. So as people would come into the showroom, he would actually get different rings out, different jewelry. And bearing in mind, the first thing that happens when you've got a rock, and we're not gem experts. Most of us aren't. You know, if it looks pretty and it's glistening and something like that, most of us, in fairness, couldn't tell the difference between a cubic of zirconia or a lump of glass and a 10-carat diamond. Most of us couldn't, okay? And if it was cut the same to mimic each other, which is what fake people do, you probably wouldn't even be able to tell. So what happens is when those rings come out, what's the first thing you do? You pick up the ring, you look at it, and you pull that little white slip out to see what the price is. Your logic is kicking in, okay? You're coming in with, okay, how much is this? How much have I got to spend? What's the value in this? And if you've got a 2-carat, a 5-carat, a half a carat, how are you going to know the difference, okay? 9 times out of 10, you're also not buying it for you. And this is what gives the other person the advantage. You see, when the ring comes out and it's opened out, they pass you the ring and they go, hello, sir, madam, have a look at this. How are they going to feel when they open that box? Can you let me know for a second, what are they looking for? And when they see this, what's their reaction going to be? You know, I've had people that have told me that that's how they sell the rings. That's how they sell the jewelry. Now think of advertising. When you see advertising, you see the car, the windows down, the music, the landscape. They're trying to put you in the engagement of experiencing that moment. Now, as an owner of a travel firm, we sell the reaction. Oh, what are you doing next year? Well, I'm going to get away. What are you looking at doing? Are you looking at being on the beach? Are you looking at skiing the slopes? Are you looking at going to nightclubs every night and just getting away from it for 2 weeks? Those are the end results. How well would I do if I said, hey, what are we doing next weekend? Are you going to pack and forget stuff, go and wait in an airport for 2 hours, get on a plane with where you're packed in like sardines, then go through TSA, get to the other end, go through customs, get in a shady little taxi, get to your hotel. The hotel room's not ready, so you're going to have to kick around for a while. No. But let's be blunt, that's what happens. Okay? No one goes to the gym to work out, they go for the result. Now, it may get them out of their headspace. They may feel as though they're fine. There are all other triggers that are created during the action, but the focus is the reaction. Let's say for someone, hey, you love going to the gym? Yeah. Well, you're only going to the gym to be slimmer. They may go, no, I love going to the gym. All right, then let me ask you this. If you went to the gym and after 1 year you were still as fat as you are now, how would you feel? They would stop going to the gym, okay? Everyone is focused on the reaction. Any product or service that you have now, and I've said this many, 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 many times before, if you're arguing over the price, you failed to demonstrate the value. And the value can be incorporated in the reaction. So the point is, hey, what are you doing about your accounting now? Is it causing you stress? Is it causing you a headache? How would you feel about it if that was all gone? That's a reaction. That's an emotional reaction. And the beautiful thing about an emotional reaction is it breeds inner loyalty, okay, and inner commitment. When you've had your first car and it was, let's be blunt, pretty shitty as most of our first cars are, but whenever you see one on the road, you're triggered with, oh, that's beautiful. I remember those days. It was lovely and it was a great little car and it had this funny little sound. The point of the matter is it wouldn't start half the time and it was a piece of shit and you constantly had it in the garage. But your mind polishes the past. Internally, triggers have been created that are emotional. And the good thing about emotion is it doesn't carry a price tag. If you can sell an emotion, if you can sell a reaction, if you can sell a trigger, the price becomes secondary. They're already committed. Why? Because they're already in there. I remember a story that I got from Tony Robbins when he was looking at a house and the realtor was walking around the house. And as he was in the room and Tony's been there. Now, they always say the easiest person to sell to is a salesman. Tony's in a room and the realtor's there to sell that house. And we're talking about like a $10 million house, okay? So the realtor could be like, oh, you know, how does this make you feel on it? The realtor's smart, knowing how Tony is, and turns around and says,